Here are the 8 items you need to put into your Airbnb if you want better reviews and more money.
We are the Real Estate Robinsons.
What's up, guys? If this is your first time here, I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we're real estate investors who quit our day jobs by investing in Airbnbs. And we're here to show you how you can do the same.
All right, guys, so here's the big idea. More 5-star reviews equals more money for your Airbnb, point blank, period.
As you rack up more 5-star reviews, Airbnb starts to show more love to your listing, and you'll show up higher in the search results.
So this video will cover the items you need to put into your Airbnb to help you get better reviews, and better reviews over time leads to more people booking your property, and more bookings lead to more revenue.
Now, good reviews aren't the only thing that's needed to be profitable, but it's incredibly difficult to run a profitable Airbnb if you consistently get poor reviews.
So in this video, we'll share 8 different items, and we'll cover things that need to go in the bedroom, the kitchen, the outdoors, and tech. And we'll put a link in the description to each one of those items that we talk about so you can check it out for yourself.
And if you want more content just like this about investing in Airbnbs, then be sure to hit subscribe. With that, let's jump in.
All right, item number 1, and this is for the bedroom. And this is one of the most crucial pieces of furniture in your Airbnb, and it's the mattress. Now, if you're going to splurge on anything, let it be this.
We've found that the Zenith mattresses are hands down the best bang for your buck. They're 100% memory foam, super comfortable, affordable, and honestly, they're truly a guest favorite.
And guys, we're not just saying that. We're
not sponsored.
Yeah, here's a real message we got from a guest. It says, our stay has been great so far. Thank you so much. Quick question. We are loving the mattress here. Which ones did you guys buy?
And it's not just that, guests. People rave about these mattresses all the time in our reviews.
Plus, they're durable. You know, we see a lot of guests coming in and out each month at our properties, and these mattresses, they hold up really well.
No complaints about them losing their comfort, which is key to keeping those 5-star reviews rolling in.
And here's one of the reasons we really love Zenith. They're pretty affordable, right? You can grab a king-size Zenith mattress for under $400, and it gets delivered in like 2 days through Amazon Prime. Now, we actually love them so much that we swapped all of our beds at home with Zenith. So trust me, your guests will thank you, and you'll be setting yourself up for great reviews right out of the gate.
And another thing about Zenith, the way they're shipped is like in a super compact, like sealed, vacuum sealed wrap. So super easy to get it delivered as well.
Item number 2 is blackout curtains. If there's one thing we learned from hosting, it's that sleep quality is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, guests love it when they can sleep in, especially when they're on vacation and don't have to worry about an early alarm clock. So when we first started hosting, we'd get sheer curtains that looked fabulous and cute, but basically did nothing to actually keep the light out. That was my fault. And our guests quickly let us know that this wasn't the vibe. So blackout curtains were a game changer and made our guests incredibly happy.
They block out all the light so you guys can get a good night's sleep no matter what time they go to bed. And we've had, again, a lot of guests leave positive reviews, specifically mentioning how they appreciated the blackout curtains. And guys, it's not just about sleep. Blackout curtains can also kind of help keep the room cool. So if you're in a climate that's a little bit warmer, like we have some properties in the desert, they add that kind of extra touch of comfort, but also keep it cool and comfortable for the guests. Now, all of that ultimately leads to, again, better reviews.
They're also super easy to install and not too expensive. So it's a small investment that can really make a big impact on your guest satisfaction. Trust us, once you add blackout curtains, your guests are going to love you for that.
All right, so now let's move on to item number 3, something that's an absolute must-have. Now we're talking about the kitchen items, and this is coffee, right? You'd be surprised how many guests specifically check to see if there's a coffee maker before booking. It's such a small thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, we always go with a dual coffee maker personally, specifically the Cuisinart model. And the reason is because it covers all the bases and it's really affordable. So whether your guest is a diehard fan of traditional brewed coffee or they're fine with a K-cup like we are, no biggie, this coffee maker has both options available.
And trust me, even if you're not a coffee drinker yourself like we aren't, your guests will still appreciate it. We've had guests ask about the coffee maker before even booking, right? Like literally one time, a guest said her only question was what kind of coffee we had.
Very dramatic.
That's how important coffee is.
Yeah. Now we've set up a little coffee bars at each one of our properties though, and we provide the guests with the basics of what they'll need to make a decent cup of coffee. But the convenience of having a coffee maker that caters to everyone's taste has just been a huge win. It's these little tiny details that really make guests feel at home and lead to those 5-star reviews we're talking about.
All right, item number 4 is one of the most overlooked but super important aspects of hosting Airbnb, and it's the cooking supplies. Again, trust us, this is one area where you can easily stand out from the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest perks of staying in an Airbnb instead of a hotel is that you get a full kitchen, right? But here's the thing. If your guests walk into that kitchen and realize they can't even make a basic meal because you didn't stock the essentials, or they're like old and used really bad, they're going to be really disappointed. And you better believe that the disappointment will show up in your reviews.
Now, when we say cooking supplies, we're talking about the basics, right? Pots, pans, spatulas, tongs, and so on. You don't have to go overboard, but make sure your kitchen is set up so guests can, whip up a decent meal without having to improvise. We also started adding some extras like cooking oil and basic spices. We weren't doing this before, but as more hosts kind of get savvy and the competition heats up, adding those little touches can really make a difference.
Plus, it's a small investment again that can lead to really much better reviews, which again means more bookings ultimately and more revenue.
And you can add as much as you want. You can do air fryers, waffle makers, cake mixer. Really, there's no limit. To make it easy, we order pretty much everything from Amazon, and we have a standard list of what we follow for all of our properties. That way, every kitchen is stocked with exactly what it needs to make cooking easy.
So those are the first 4 items you need. We have 4 more to go over with you, and item number 8 is super important because not having this item will make the beginning of your guest trip way more difficult than it needs to be. So be sure to stick around. But first, we want to ask you a quick question.
If we could guarantee that we could help you buy an Airbnb in the next 90 days, would that give you the confidence to finally get started? Well, guys, look, that's exactly what we're offering with Alpha Host Academy, our Airbnb community. And look, if you don't buy an Airbnb in your first 90 days, then you don't pay. So inside of Alpha Host, we'll give you our exact process for choosing the right city for you to invest in using our market matching matrix. We'll give you a proven framework for analyzing properties through our Pro Analyzer process.
And then we'll give you all of the processes and tools for setting up your Airbnb and managing it on a daily basis.
When you join our community, you'll get a mix of one-on-one coaching, group coaching, on-demand content, and so much more. Our goal is to help you confidently buy your first Airbnb.
So if you're interested in booking a free discovery call to learn more, then head over to the link in the description of this video.
All right, now let's talk about outdoor spaces. All right, item number 5 will help you create a vibe that sets your Airbnb apart. And one of the simplest yet most effective ways to do this is by adding string lights.
I love string lights. We've added string lights to the outdoor spaces of pretty much all of our properties, and the difference is night and day. They instantly make the space feel way more inviting and cozy, which is exactly what we want our guests to feel, especially if they're planning to spend time outside in the evenings.
We've seen time and time again how these simple string lights can really elevate the outdoor space, right? People love to hang out outside and underneath the string lights, right? Watch the stars, whatever it may be. And this kind of, ambiance, this kind of vibe gets attention in the reviews as well. And again, it's these small touches that can lead to higher ratings.
And the best part, they're super affordable and super easy to install. You can grab a set for around $50, pretty long, size, and it's a quick DIY project that pays off big time in terms of guest satisfaction.
So if you're looking to make your outdoor space more appealing, string lights are an absolute no-brainer.
Yes, I will book every property that has string lights.
All right, item number 6 continues with the outdoor space, and that's adding a grill. Again, I can't tell you how many times we've had guests ask before booking whether or not we had a grill. And for those who like to grill, they literally mentioned in their reviews.
Think about it from a guest perspective. When they're on vacation, they're looking to relax and have a good time, right? And what better way to do that than by firing up the good old grill for a barbecue right at home?
And it adds an extra layer of fun and convenience that hotels just can't offer, right? Plus, it gives families and groups a reason to spend more time together outdoors, which again is what a lot of people book your properties for.
Under the string lights, right? We personally typically go for a gas grill because it's easy for guests to use. You just turn the knob, press the igniter, and you're ready to cook. We also include video instructions on our digital guidebook that show guests exactly how to use the grill.
Now, we've had guests tell us that having a grill made their stay feel like they were at home, right? Which is exactly what you want for folks who are on vacation. And again, the best part here, a grill is relatively inexpensive, right? But it adds value to your property in a huge way.
And it's an amenity checkbox.
It is one of the filterable amenities that people can search for. Now, before we keep moving, we'd really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell for notifications, guys. We got a goal to get to 100K subscribers, and we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into these videos. So if you're enjoying it, share it with someone, subscribe, turn on notifications.
All right, item number 7 is the first tech item, and that's a smart TV.
Now, when we first started out, we were paying for cable at all of our properties, but then we realized something. most of our guests don't even have cable at home. So why would they expect it when they're staying at an Airbnb?
That's when we made the switch to smart TVs, and it's been a game changer. With a smart TV, you can just skip the monthly cable bill, which is amazing, and your guests get access to all of your favorite streaming apps like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and all of those. All they need to do is log into their own accounts, and they're good to go.
Plus, it's super easy for guests to use. No more confusing remotes
Right.
or figuring out what input, just simple, intuitive, easy to use interface that anyone can navigate. Like that was another issue that we were having with cable, is that guests kept like messing up the remotes, and we had no idea, but they would like lock out the TV in some way because they couldn't figure the remote out. So
Yeah, like kid mode, or we took over a cabin and we don't know, we just inherited the TV cable equipment and we were lost. So we're like,
this is gonna be confusing for guests.
So we just...
The new remotes, there's like 2 buttons, right? So you can't mess it up.
We personally use the TCL Roku smart TVs in most of our properties. They're super affordable, reliable, and picture quality is fantastic. You can pick up a 55-inch for less than $400, which is perfect for an Airbnb.
And the best part, there's a guest mode feature that automatically logs them out of all of their streaming accounts on the day that they check out. So again, it's a small touch, but it adds to that seamless, stress-free experience that leads to better reviews.
So if you haven't already upgraded to a smart TV yet, now is the time. This is your sign. It's a simple switch that pays off big time in guest satisfaction.
All right, last and final one, item number 8, and this is one of the easiest upgrades that'll make your guests love you before they even step inside, and that's a keyless entry pad.
Physical keys are a pain and ancient. Guests have to fumble around with the lockbox first, make sure they don't lose the key during their entire stay, and then have to remember to put it back when they check out. All of that adds up to potential headaches and a less than stellar experience, just like kind of inconvenient, I feel like.
And that's why we switched over to keyless entry pads at all of our properties. This is a game changer. All your guests need is a simple 4-digit code, which we usually set to the last 4 digits of their phone number, making it super easy for them to remember.
So no more worrying about the lost keys as the owner, that's stressful. No more frantic phone calls from the guests asking how to get in, and no more stress about whether they'll remember to lock up and leave the key in the lockbox on their way out.
The Slage On code integrates directly with our property management software, so it automatically generates a unique code for each guest that activates on the day and time of check-in and deactivates on the day and time of checkout. So it's a seamless, secure process, and it makes life easier for everyone.
Plus, if a guest ever has any issues, you can lock and unlock the door literally remotely through the app on your phone. So not only does it improve the guest experience, but it also saves you time and hassle as the host. Trust us, this is one upgrade you won't regret. Just one feedback, though, I will have to say from our guest experience, I feel like the older generation is not a big fan of the keyless entry pad. So just FYI, if you're a market that has like an older crowd, just heads up, maybe stick with the physical keys.
Or at least have one as a backup, and that's what we typically do.
Yeah.
Now, we'll link to the lock that we use at all of our properties in the description of this video. And guys, we'll link to all the items we mentioned as well. But those are the 8 items that you need to get better reviews and more revenue and profits for your Airbnb.
And before we go, please connect with us on Instagram. I'm at Sarah Rad Robinson, and my hottie of a husband is Tony J. Robinson.
And if you're on TikTok, follow us there at The Real Estate Robinsons. If you guys have any follow-up questions, drop them in the comment below. We'll do our best to answer. But that's it for today, guys. I'm Tony.
I'm Sarah.
And we are
The Real Estate Robinsons.